What's good, Guardians? Today we have a review of the Hacksaw Legendary Pulse Rifle that can be purchased from the Crucible Weapon Quartermaster. That's the robot across from Shaxx. The price tag is 150 legendary marks. I've heard some folks calling it Hacksaw. If that logic follows, then we'd be calling the Hawk Moon the Hack Moon. The Hacksaw is a low-impact, high-rate-of-fire pulse rifle that falls into the same archetype as the Suros PDX-45, or if you remember the good old time on target from back in the day. The weapon stats feature an excellent equip speed of 84, slightly above average aim assist of 60, and as expected with high rate of fire low impact pulse rifles, a pretty small range stat of 15. All numbers aside, the weapon is an aggressive, excellent choice for players who like using pulse rifles in PvP. Deals 27 precision damage and 18 body damage. Now pair this with some of the highest rate of fire a pulse rifle can have right now. You know, Grasp of Malak and Scori's Revenge have a little bit higher rate of fire, but you then get a weapon that lets you send a lot of bullets downrange at your opponents. So let's focus first on PvP, as that is where the Hacksaw will feel most at home. As a reminder, the vendor version of the Hacksaw comes with a perk set that is not optimal, but it can still be used to success within the Crucible. We'll talk about the perks that you'd want instead of what come on the default vendor version. First up on the vendor version, we have high caliber rounds or appended magazine. While high caliber rounds will push the flinch value a bit higher of the shots you're firing, don't rely on them to save you in a close to mid-range gunfight, which ironically is the distance that Hacksaw operates best at. Perfect balance, hammer forged, and fitted stock are all better options than high caliber rounds in this first perk slot. But with reforging removed in the Taken King, you'll just have to rely on getting a lucky drop for a shot at them. Perks that aid the stability or increase that low range stat of the Hacksaw are highly encouraged. The second perk node on the vendor version comes with Secret Round. Now prior to Year 2, Secret Round did not work as the perk described. Missing a shot from this weapon's burst will fire a fourth shot. Prior to Year 2, this perk would only take 2 bullets from your magazine if all 3 shots from your burst connected with the opponent. But this has been fixed, and the perk now works as the description says. You can see here, if you miss a shot in your burst, there is a chance that the 4th shot may connect, making this a very unique perk. With that said, there are a whopping 16 possible perks for this node, the top options being Headseeker, Counterbalance, Rangefinder, Hidden Hand, Full Auto, and Zen Moment. Snapshot and Small Bore are the 2 perk options on the vendor version for the final node slot. Both are viable. Other great options or possible roles in this slot would be Single Point Sling, Lightweight, or Speed Reload. You'll be 3 and 4 bursting opponents in the Crucible, and the weapon's high rate of fire is very forgiving of missed shots. An aggressive mid to close range playstyle complements the Hacksaw, trying to contest fights at long ranges with weapons like the Smite of Rain, Red Death, Nerwin's Mercy. Those will be engagements not in the Hacksaw's favor. Only at those long distances though. Mid to close range, Hacksaw is a commanding PvP weapon. The high aim assist stat makes maintaining shot strings way easier than a weapon like the Red Death, which has a much lower aim assist stat. Now on to PvE. I have to point out there is no elemental damage type. I do know in Year 2 that we're moving away from elemental legendary primaries. It's also a very low impact pulse rifle, making it not the greatest. It's not useless in PvE, but there are obviously much better options. I would rather have a Smite of Moraine with me for the PvE content rather than the Hacksaw. It's not to say you can't use it in that field, but PvP is really where Hacksaw is going to shine. Overall, this is a great legendary pulse rifle. It allows you to leave an open exotic slot for a special or heavy that you may like, and comes at a high enough attack level for new players to get into Iron Banner pretty quickly. Although for trials, I would work on infusing it closer to 300 or above. Additionally, there are so many perks that can roll onto this gun that outshine the vendor version. So if you get a Hacksaw on a drop, take a look at those perks before you make your decision. Thanks everyone, I'm BBK Dragoon, and we'll see you next time, Guardians.